Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Chloe. So today I'm gonna try out a makeup style that is not one I ever wear. I'm gonna be trying out that like Instagram baddie style. It's basically just like super full glam, super perfect looking skin, almost edited, if you will, just like everything about them looks like a walking filter. I will put up some pictures here of examples I found. That's the vibe. I'm excited to just get into it and try it out. So let's start. I'm gonna start out with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. We're putting this all over. I'm gonna take just a little bit of this LA Girl concealer in the shade Light Ivory. I'm just starting out with this to kind of color correct these dark circles a little bit. So I'm just doing like a little bit of this to kind of use as a base almost. Then I'm gonna go over that with my L'Oreal Infallible Concealer in the shade 355 Light Vanilla. This is the most full coverage concealer I have, so that's why I am starting with this. I don't really care if the blend is perfect right now because I'm obviously gonna put face makeup on to blend everything together. And I'm gonna be going in with more concealer later, so I always start with concealer, but that's just by habit, but part of me feels like I should have started with my foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and take my CoverGirl True Blend Foundation. The shade I'm not 100% certain about. I am just trying to take a really good amount and spread this. I need to be feeling like a cake after this, so I don't think I put enough on. We're gonna do a little bit more. Actually didn't expect it, but this is darker. Oh, you can see. You can see it's darker. So we are just not matching our neck today. That's the vibe for the day. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just gonna go in and set that down with my CoverGirl foundation powder in the shade 150 Creamy Beige. Up my foundation brush and pat this all over. Drag everything down. A bit ridiculous, honestly. I'm just going back in with this L'Oreal concealer to brighten up the high points of my face. I think this is the shape. All I know is that everything goes up. I'm gonna use my concealer brush because it's a little bit more concentrated. I'm just tapping in place so it doesn't move all that much. Okay, I'm gonna do my cream contour, I think. I don't know if I'm doing this in the right steps, you guys. Oh, this, it would be helpful if you knew what it was, probably. I'm gonna take my NYX Wonder Stick to contour. Take the other end of my beauty blender. I'm just trying to tap in place as much as possible. I think I did way too much under the lips, but big lips today. Oh my gosh, I'm turning my baby hairs brown. I'm gonna look like Christina Aguilera after this. If you know, you know. If you don't, here you go. I'm nervous about the nose because I have to keep it so like small. God forbid you don't tap directly in place while you do the nose. Ugh, it could all go wrong. Okay, I think I did that side pretty good. Okay. You know, I'm looking a little ridiculous up here, but I kind of feel like that stuff is gonna mellow out over time. I think it's time to bake. I think. I don't know, let's do it. I'm gonna take my e.l.f. High Definition Powder. I probably don't have any of the right products or tools or anything to be doing this stuff with. I'm using what I have. So first place first to bake is down here, right? I don't know if I used enough. All right, I think it's good enough. Also eating powder. I'm just gonna do this in the middle of my nose. I don't know if you're supposed to do that. I don't know if I can't think of if I've seen other people do that, but my nose needs a little highlights, so. Okay, and then under the eyes, right? I think. I don't know, I'm gonna do it. Boy, this might be difficult with this kind of a beauty blender. Also don't have the right beauty blender. Did I do it right? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this all off. I will say I do fully plan on taking all of this off after I'm done. Unless I like really, really love it or something, because this is a lot of makeup for me. Okay, let's, I don't know, move on to brows maybe. Just combing them out. Brows, I feel like vary within this style. Like it depends on the person, the way that they're done. I'm gonna do them in the way that I don't usually wear them every single day. I'm gonna start off with my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Auburn. I'm gonna start by creating a straight line, starting almost at the front of my brow, but not quite. I'm just using a super light hand to do this. And then I'm going to the top of my arch. Oopsies. Oh my God, I haven't worn a brow like this in so long. Okay, let me do the same thing on the other side. Oh my gosh, I'm looking like a completely different person right now. For the tails, I'm going to take my NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen, also in the shade Auburn. And I'm just going to create some hair strokes. Just kind of fill it in and give color, basically. And I'm going to do a couple strokes in the front of my brows. I didn't mean all my products to be NYX for my brows, but I'm taking my NYX Thick It Stick It Brow Gel, comb through with that. It's time to go in with concealer and carve them out. I'm gonna start at the front of my brow for this. I'm not starting right at the front when I go on top, but I'm pretty close. Wow, what a difference cleaning them up makes though. Okay, next brow. Nearly as perfect as this brow does because I would need to tweeze some hairs if I wanted it to look that perfect. And I'm not doing that for the sake of this style, so we're leaving it. Now that that's looking good, I'm just gonna go in and comb out the front a little bit. It almost makes me feel like the 2016 brow never went away. In some ways, it really didn't. I'm liking how it's coming together. I think I'm doing a decent job. I guess let's move on to eyes. I'm gonna prime with my Milani eye primer. Just blend it out with my finger. Gosh, my eyelashes have so much powder on them. Okay, I'm just gonna start off with my NARS Casino bronzer. This is just going to be like my transition shade. Just my starting shade to blend everything else into. Oh goodness, I haven't worn eyeshadow like this in so long. I'm gonna take my Shade and Light palette by KVD Beauty. I'm gonna take a mix of this darker, warmer shade with this darker, cooler shade here. That looks so intense. I'm gonna start with the lightest hand ever on my outer corner. Okay, I didn't want that much product, so I'm just going in and super lightly blending it out once I've got the product on there. Like, I'm using like the lightest hand ever. I don't feel like there's a ton of shimmer used anymore. So I'm gonna go in with my Naked palette. I'm gonna use this shade here, Virgin. It's basically just like a light nude color. It has the tiniest bit of shimmer to it, but like a shimmer that you don't even notice really. And just make sure that is blended into everything else. Okay, I think it's time for some eyeliner. I'm gonna take my Wet n Wild Mega Liner and I'm just gonna create like a perfect wing. I think that's big enough. I think I'm gonna start with that and I'm gonna do the other eye. I'm gonna do the inner corner wing really quick and I'll be right back. This just takes such focus. I can't do it on camera, so I'll be back. While I let that dry down for a minute, I am going to wipe off the baking. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with my NARS Casino bronzer. And I'm gonna put this everywhere that I put down the cream contour. Time to highlight. I'm gonna start with my Wet n Wild Hello Halo Liquid Highlighter. Pretty sure this is the shade Halo Goodbye. Gotta do one on the bridge of my nose, of course. I'm actually just gonna tap this out with my fingers. I'm gonna top that off with my Sheer Cover Powder Highlighter because I feel like this is all about the highlight. I'm gonna take my e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Tahiti. I'm gonna start this basically where my highlight is. Great, I think I can go in and curl my lashes now. And I'm gonna give them a little coat with my favorite mascara. It is the e.l.f. Lash It Loud. We will, of course, be putting lashes on, so this does not need to be perfect. Okay, we're getting there. I think I've surprisingly done a pretty decent job right now. I do feel like a little cake, which was the goal, so let me grab our lashes. So these are the lashes that I'm gonna be going in with, just some super big ones. I wish I could tell you where they're from, but I honestly don't remember. I'm just gonna pop these on and I'll be right back. These lashes were perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna throw a little mascara on my bottom lashes. Wow, that changed the look. Time to do lips. I get to overline the crap out of them and I'm honestly excited. I don't know, I've never overlined my lips, so this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna take my NYX lip liner in the shade Nude Truffle. Okay, I'm just gonna start how I usually do, but extra overlined. Okay, repeat on the bottom. Okay, so they definitely look overlined. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. lipstick in the shade No Doubt and just fill it in. So this is how girls get it to look like they have lip fillers. I really feel like I do. Like, that's crazy. God, I like seriously feel like I have lip fillers. That's crazy. I don't know how I feel about how dark the lip liner is, but it's whatever. It's just not what I would do. So I think that's why I'm feeling funny about it. I think it's safe to say, look complete. So I definitely feel like we achieved the goal, and I definitely feel like a little cake. So extra achieved. Cannot wait to take this off, to be honest. I like it. It's very pretty. Don't get me wrong. I think it's beautiful. It turned out great. I just don't feel like I look like myself. This is another person. God, and I just have so much more respect for these girls. Like, they do this every day. They wear all this makeup every single day. That's crazy. And it probably didn't even do like everything, to be honest. I think the lips and the lashes really complete the look. This was definitely super fun to try to see if I, one, could do it. I was a little nervous, didn't think that I would get it this good. I'm not even gonna lie. Will I ever do it again? No, probably not. I mean, the makeup is literally gorgeous. Literally gorgeous. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. I just don't look like myself. These lips really just tipped it over the edge. I've never overlined my lips like this either. Should we get a side view to see what the lips look like? Does it look funny from the side? Like, I wonder. Like, I want to know if the lips look stupid, you know? I also just want to give you guys a little close-up of my skin so you can really see what's going on here, because that part does not get shown enough. Like, when you look closely, you can see all of that product. Look at my forehead. My freaking nose. Like, I just wanted to give you a close-up so you guys can see the makeup on my skin. This is also just a great reminder that social media is fake. Don't believe everything you see online, because now you know that that is not always true. That is not always the case. It is lighting, it is editing, and it is loads of work into the makeup looks. So just remember that next time you're scrolling through Instagram. All right, that's gonna be all for this week's video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already, and leave me a like because it really helps me out. I'll see you guys in the next one. That's just what I feel like I should end it on with this makeup.